So just the other day, I was at work, and me and one of my friends, who I've known for about 4 years now, so he's relatively close with me, we were clocking out, and we were in the break room, and I don't remember exactly what it was. I think she tried to scare me, and I ended up falling. Anyway, my point being is that she was pissing herself laughing, and it was funny, I'll admit, but I couldn't get myself to laugh as she's laughing, and like full on like body shaking laughing. I'm kind of just smiling, and like like almost fake laughing. And afterwards I reflected, and I'm like, damn, why did I not laugh? Why could I not laugh? Welcome to a new video where I'm talking about depression, antidepressants, and how you show your joy. So I want to begin by saying that I am on antidepressants. I have been for uh, about 2 years now, I think. And it's not one of those things where you wake up and you're like, oh wow, I love life. Like this fixed everything. It's more, instead of feeling sad, you feel nothing. So instead of feeling extreme happiness and extreme sadness, you just feel numb. And that probably isn't great when other people are showing emotion around you. For example, I had a few things happen with my family that completely split my family apart. And everyone in my immediate family was very emotional. And it was a very sad time. I think I cried once or twice, where everyone was crying almost daily. And it made me feel emotionless, like I was a robot, because I was sad. Yes, was I was feeling depressed, but I couldn't bring myself to communicate that through tears. And that's one of the ways that people communicate with each other, is crying, of course, right? Because obviously it's only natural, and that's how you get closer to someone. So by not being able to do that, it sets up a barrier. And I don't think that's exclusive to being on antidepressants. I think it's more of a depression thing than anything. I know before I was on medication, I felt the same way, where I was sad, I was down in the dumps, and it was so I was like that so often that it kind of just made me feel numb. And I hear it's a common symptom of depression. And it sucks because, oftentimes people think depression is you're very sad and you're crying and stuff, but when you're not crying, it makes it seem like you're okay. Now, not to say that everyone suffering from depression experiences this. This is just my experience. Depression comes in many different ways, and I'm just explaining how I reacted. And so while that happens, on the other side of things, you don't feel happiness, or it's more relief, I think. I graduated school a little while back, and everyone was like, hey, good for you, great job, whenever I told them I graduated. And they're like, oh, you must be so excited for your new chapter. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. Not really. I felt more relieved that I was done and I didn't have to deal with a lot of those people again. That's about it. I didn't really feel happy. When I reach a milestone, I'm glad I did it, sure, but I don't feel accomplished. When I get paid, I don't feel like I earned that money, even though I spent hours working. I I don't know. It's weird. It's a very weird feeling. And I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say here, but I just wanted to talk about the experience of depression, antidepressants. Now, I'm on antidepressants for two reasons. I was diagnosed with clinical depression. If you don't know, clinical depression means that basically it's always there. And I don't really know what the difference between that and normal depression is, but my takeaway is that it kind of always follows you. So I was diagnosed with that, and I also have what's called fibromyalgia, which means basically my joints are sore all the time, 24/7. A lot of times I find it very difficult to get up, like out of bed or whatever, and I'm in pain a lot, almost constantly. I don't want to talk about my pain much because I don't think it's someone else's job to deal with my problems and share my burdens. So I try to keep that to myself for the most part. But yeah, so I'm on antidepressants for both of those because they can help with obviously depression and joint pain. And so it was a bit of a journey. I didn't have a violent reaction to them, but there's been a few days where I've forgotten them, and I get really bad. What's it called? It's like muscle jolts or something. I'm not sure. I can't remember what it's called, but basically it feels like lightning's running through your muscles, and you like jolt, and your muscles tense up. And I remember there was a few times I was driving and that happened, and I had to pull over because I was like, holy crap, what's going on? I also get really bad disassociation episodes if I'm not on them. And so it feels like nothing's real. And so I kind of have to stay on them for the time being up until I get to a point where I can go through withdrawal for a week, like take a week off of all my responsibilities and go through it. And up until that point, I kind of just have to deal with it, So be it. If you're in the same situation as I am, weigh the different outcomes, right? Weigh without it, what you would be like without them and what you would be like with them. Because I think that's also kind of important to see. Now, this was not necessarily an advice video, but more of an awareness video, because I wanted to just talk about this stuff, because I find it very difficult to talk in person. And so this is probably the closest I'll get to that. I know not many people watch my videos, but if this helped you, then let me know, because I don't know why I do these, but I guess if it helps someone, that's amazing. That's great. So that's about it for me. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. So you guys take care of yourselves, okay? Should be doing more videos soon. Hopefully a little bit less sad when I get more time on my hands. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Any thoughts or comments, leave them in the section below. And I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye-bye.